All right, hello everyone. We've got a race of Super Zero Mission, which is neither Super Metroid or Zero Mission, but you may recognize some parts from this. We've got the top two runners in this category, and I think maybe about the only two runners right now. We've got azder and Osse101.
To be fair, Zos has run this too, and this route these guys are going to take was largely influenced by him. Azder and Osse have done different little improvements. We'll try to highlight those as best we can, but this run actually goes at a very fast pace. So sorry guys if we miscredit you with anything.
Yeah, so very well-known sort of term in the Super Metroid hacking community is Japan, and that describes this hack. There are Japan elements in here. However, there's a lot of really cool stuff. As the runners go through, they'll be skipping a lot of stuff. They'll be preventing having to do some intended loops around the world. This is a very large hack, and doing multiple loops is really slow. And so they've got some really neat ways of circumventing some of the intended routing.
Yeah, kind of one of the similar things to Zero Mission is that there's the intended route, and then there's the sequence breaks that were built in. Although not all the sequence breaks we're doing it here were actually built into the hack initially, but most of them, were pretty much intended as sequence breaks, which is kind of what Zero Mission did.
Yeah. Yep. So we are off. Got some nice red ship.
Yeah, I also want to point out for those of you that are interested in playing some of these, I do recommend this as a hack as a casual playthrough. I don't recommend trying to 101 it like these guys are going to. There's some items that are really difficult to get, but just as a casual playthrough, it's actually a really fun game and pretty accessible in my opinion.
Yes. You will see one of the difference from the runners right away. azder does not use Moonfall, because he does not like Moonwalk, which I don't blame him for.
Yeah, one of the last holdouts, him and Sloters, still not using that Moonwalk and Moonfall.
Which, to be fair, Moonfall is awful. But it speeds you up, so. Oh, nice E-Tank grab there.
Yeah, I love this E-Tank, because this is the E-Tank that's at the very beginning of the original Metroid. It's in the very beginning of Super Metroid that we can't get unless you're Shiny Zenny and you do the weird the weird wall jump he does. A little easier in this hack.
Yeah, so
get it.
Something to mention with the E-Tanks, they only give you 50 energy. Oh, nice. Get the Kago through a work robot right there.
Yeah, you're intended to have Charge Beam to do that. We're going to get Charge Beam later. Charge Beam essentially takes the place of Long Beam in this hack. Yeah, there is a Charge Beam in Zero Mission, but in a lot of ways, it's in that spot where Long Beam is in both Zero Mission and the original.
Yep. But again, they're trying to circumvent doing some extra loops, so for now, we're just going to pass it by, leave it alone. It does cause some issues. Obviously, you're intended to have it, but they're going to work their way around that.
Yeah, and they don't really need it till much later. And I think it's like 4 loops through the Brinstar area that they go through. So
yeah, they're cutting stuff out, but they're still loops.
azder both of them having a little bit of trouble with this wall jump. Okay, there we go. We got it.
Osse coming up here is going to hit a gate. That is the sort of remote gates in this hack that you've got to take care of. That comes into a bigger play later in the final area. There's a locking system involved with that. There's like 4 different locks throughout that you've got to open, and that's always fun.
All right, and we are going to go ahead and get there are 101 items in this game, in this hack. Actually, there's more than that. There's like 145 items. The percent ends up being 101 because just the way the items get counted. So what you do is you take all the missiles and you divide by 5. You take the E-Tanks. So there's going to be 28 E-Tanks instead of 14. what was it? 1 super at a time, or is it 2? I forget. But I think it's 1 super, 1 power bomb at a time.
Yeah, that sounds right. Obviously, pretty successful with some of these clips. As you're struggling with, and this is not an easy cargo. There he gets, because that worker robot right there is the next big hurdle for charge.
Yeah.
It can give you issues.
And lots of crumble blocks in this.
Yeah, crumble blocks are a feature.
In this game, they sure are.
So now Azder's setting up for this clip here. There he goes.
And our first boss, we do have to fight Mom Chorizo here. It turns out there is a special missile at the very end of the game that you can only get if you destroy all the bosses. It is possible with a D-boost off the lasers to skip this.
Yes.
Then the missile will not be there. So.
Yep. Yeah, but that's not till the very end. This is not going to pay off immediately. This is just fighting Bomb Chorizo because reasons. Although you do get some nice lasers.
Yeah, and this the Bomb Chorizo with 1280 HP, so it's really hard to and the beam only does 10. So it's really hard to damage him down in such a way to avoid the end cutscenes. We just live with it, where he loses half his face, and not cutscene, but the end little bit. And we've done some sequence breaking already. We're going to get to our first really major sequence break over on Osse's side in just a second.
Yes. This is one of the more annoying parts, I would say, personally.
He's going to have to do a double bomb jump here. It's not going to work with just single bomb jumps because of the way the Rippers go. And he's going to reset the room to get their timing back.
Yep.
And there's, at this point, no way to kill them.
There he goes.
That should do it.
And Azder catching up some time there, getting that first try.
Gets that first try. Yeah, really nice little time catch
Winners
up.
are trading off tricks that they're nailing, and then,
Yep.
and then struggling a little bit with.
Yeah, and you'll notice a little bit of a unmorph, so you can hit the little pancake dude, so that you can get a nice deboost. It saves about 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, fun fact, grapple is back here. Sort of replaces the power grip in Zero Mission. This took me forever to find in my first playthrough.
Yeah, I was a little slow to this too. I didn't do the double bomb jump, so.
Yeah, I really do love these max percent runs, though. You see a whole lot of different tricks and skills involved.
Well, and in this game, the 90% run is super short. You don't really see much of the game, and so that's why we're doing the 100% run here.
Okay, so Osse here is coming up on some more difficult tricks here. Gonna have to do some bomb climbing, some very tight wall jumping.
Yes, we're about to get one of the most difficult tricks in the game. This little bit of bombing across these crumple blocks, and it gets even worse in just a second.
Yep, gotta do a short mock ball there. And now this is these tiles are what we would call upside down slopes. They force Samus to the other end, so because they're upside down, they're going to force her down beneath, and she can't pass back up through them. So Osse's taking the ceiling bomb crawl here.
Yeah, and I believe Osse, I don't know if he still uses a metronome, but I know in the past he's used a metronome to keep the timing of these.
And this may seem slow, but this is definitely worth it. This is definitely going to speed things up.
Yeah, definitely.
Azder's stream got back up, and
There we go.
Look at the zinc bombs here.
Yeah, look at this.
This is some exciting bombs. And does not fall to the crumble blocks. So yeah.
All right.
And both runners getting there. I'm gonna assume that was first try for azder, based on being the first. But yeah, that is our first supers. Very, very nice to have. And this is the unfortunate thing with max percent is you have to pick up trash tanks.
Yeah, gotta pick up your reserve tanks.
This is.
I know it's your favorite item.
You know.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't even pick up those supers. Because even the intended non-early super strat to get those is pretty hard. So.
Yeah, one of the things that kind of tells you it's a Japan hack is they really like to put in a lot of skill-based challenges, small little challenges to get a lot of items. So that is something nice to see in a lot of these hacks, honestly.
All right, now we go through Brinstar round 2. And one of the ways these guys have described this hack in the past, the first 20 minutes is really where for the top runners, the crux of the difficulty is. Once we get our power bombs, then things are going to really start speeding up, and that's where the fun part begins.
Yep.
To go through the worker robot again.
Yeah, so the old route picked up charge beam here, but they've routed that out.
Yeah, I believe it was Osse that came up with the idea that doing charge beam a little bit later just made a little more sense.
And taking some fun lava dives. These will not be the last ones you see.
And they're going to get another E-Tank relatively soon, so they'll both be fine. And this is it's kind of sort of a sequence break because we got the grapple beam, but it is intended to do this with grapple beam. It is possible to just do this with wall jumps if you want to. But they want to do it with the grapple beam because of that missile right there.
Yes. Don't want to have to come back for this.
Nope.
Oh yeah, one of the game mechanics, which you saw being used there, is a respin, which basically just lets you spin again after breaking out the animation, so you can pull out a wall jump whenever. Gives you some more movement options. Oh, nice, very skip.
Didn't know that could happen. Fortunately, it's not like the gravity skip in the regular game where you run right past it and out the door. Okay, this next E-Tank has got a fairly difficult... We're going to get this missile first, but there's an E-Tank coming up with a fairly difficult mock ball to it.
So yeah, for this E-Tank, they really want to get this, otherwise they're going to have to come back later. There's a very tight mock ball they've got to get done here. Because if they don't beat that first shutter, they're out of the E-Tank and can't get it until later.
And another E-Tank.
Which is going to be very handy really soon.
Yep. Yeah, and for those of you who came in late, yeah, the E-Tanks only give you 50. Missiles are 2. Supers and power bombs 1 at a time.
Well, supers are 2, actually.
Supers
well, at least
2?
the first one. The first
one is 2. Okay. Going down the elevator at the same time, and we get our first look at Norfair. So normally when you get here, you would go to the left, and you would do a tiny little hell run and go back up to get your grapple beam. But we've already got the grapple beam, and we've already got the various suits. So we're gonna go down this way, and we're gonna do We're gonna do some more lava diving.
Yes. Lava dive is a pretty big theme early on.
And that missile sitting there, we'll come back for that later when it's more convenient, when we have to get a power bomb pack.
Yeah. I'll make sure to grab this missile on the way down.
Nice, nearly in sync. And get to the E-tank. Both. Yeah, both getting to the E-tank before the reserve tank. Yeah, that's actually really difficult to get there fast enough to not pop that reserve. It's pretty safe that you'll survive because that reserve will save you. But it's pretty common to end up popping the reserve before you get there.
Azder, he's a little more confident with some low health in these.
Yeah, those fish that you kind of barely see, those are scary. They do a lot of damage. You do not want to get hit by them. All right, we're through.
All right, so this is kind of a backdoor entrance.
Yeah, we're gonna get a nice little item here, very similar to in a location to Zero Mission.
Yep. Not this one.
Not this one. No. Nope, not this one. I mean, we're getting this one.
we're gonna get your hopes up. Just a super.
Times you wish you had power bombs. And this sequence break is absolutely intended as a.
Yes.
We're gonna get to the one that is not intended fairly soon.
So down here is a lock. Get some speed booster. That causes some acid.
Yep, that is the speed booster. That is the item we were talking about. That is the first of the locks we'll see. We won't be hitting them quite in the intended order, but that one is first no matter what. So.
Yeah. So something else this takes from. Oh, nice! They both got the super right away too. That's actually not really intended. I might be thinking of a different one. Never mind. I'm thinking of a different one.
It's still difficult.
Abort.
Well, what you were starting to say was that, like Zero Mission, we can redo our shine sparks on slopes. Yeah. There are a lot of places where that's used.
Yes.
A lot of places where they're used in combination with short charging. And in some cases, we do short charge. They'll do short charges instead of doing some of the chain shine sparks, and some will be both combined. So.
Wow, these drops for Osse were not great. They did not want to drop health there. But yeah, chain sparking is a big thing. A lot of speed booster is really a key to this run. A lot of the shortcuts and stuff is through speed booster.
Yeah, we're going to see, when we get over to Ridley's Lair, we're going to see a ton of that sort of thing. And kind of like in Zero Mission, there's a lot of power bombs that we get by using power bombs.
Yes. So what is going to be coming up is the wonderful spike suit.
Yeah, and spike suit having not been discovered until after this hack. This is the one sequence break that we do that was not intended.
Yes.
Works out well that we can get it. It's a difficult one because there are a few items that would help them out here that they're not going to have. There's some crumble blocks that Spring Ball would help with.
Did they both get it first try?
I think so.
I think they both
Well,
got it.
now let's not get too excited yet, because now they got to keep it. They got to keep it all the way down through here, and there's this little spot right here. Those crumble blocks. You would really like to have spring ball there, but we haven't gotten that yet. Unfortunately, azder having a little more trouble.
Gotta be careful with those spikes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Spikes, yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Because spikes hurt.
Yes.
I know spikes are your favorite thing.
Spikes are great.
And then you got to make sure you don't let it go prematurely here. Osse doing a good job. Gets his power bombs.
Yep. If you also notice, he did do a jump as well and a down grab to grab that. So just firing your shine spark, not gonna work.
There we go.
Both get in it, so excellent job.
Yeah, that's that's one of the real checkpoints. You want to get in that spike suit and be able to take it all the way through. A real important part. Now we get to do the fun part, which is going to be a whole lot of shine sparking throughout the Ridley's Lair area.
Yes. And you can
through
see
this area too.
Yeah, you can see where Speed Booster was purposefully designed into a lot of the shortcuts in this hack. There's a lot of blocks that were intended to speed through.
Pick up that ice beam. Yeah, at this point, we're very different from the intended route. Probably not going to talk too much about what you would normally do. Hopefully, some of you will pick this up and play through it and find that out for yourselves.
Yeah, you're not watching this is not going to help you play through this.
No, not at all. Not at all. But it's good to get all these super missiles.
Would you say it's super to get them?
Sure, I could say that. Brief glimpse of one of the enemies that was never used in the original Super Metroid, the little mini crocs, which are fairly cute, but also fairly dangerous.
Well.
Also, shout out to that one little speed block that makes this really hard to sequence break without a speed booster, these high jump boots. Also, I'm going to point out one thing about those high jump boots. I'm a little disappointed in the placement. In both Zero Mission and in the original Metroid, the high jump boots gate a whole bunch of stuff that you have to go past the high jump boots. And that was like a big thing when I was a kid and we were trying to figure out what are we supposed to do. And I have a memory of watching my brother and his best friend figuring out to go past the high jump boots to get over to this little secret area in Norfair that had things like Screw Attack and Wave Beam. I won't swear to it, but I think they were using Nintendo Power, or maybe even the what came out, the old newsletter that was free before Nintendo Power. So that's how far back I go with some of these games. There's our spring ball.
Yep, getting a nice gate glitch to get that. Spring ball, the best item. You are allowed to like other items better, but you would be wrong. Oh, that's spike getting Aussie there.
Well, people who know me know I'm a big fan of Space Jump, and Space Jump really, in some of these hacks, you find Space Jump is actually so-called fixed. So for most people, it works better. Oh, and this power bomb right here, very difficult to get because same as when she's shine sparking horizontally, is a three tiles long, and so you have to get into a spin and into the morph ball to get that.
That's both runners making that look way easier than it is.
Way easier. And seeing that gate, not hard to guess what we're getting now.
Whatever could that be?
Maybe something that could open that gate from the other direction. And it is indeed the wave beam. And with those power bombs, I believe there's a few more items in this little area that we can get.
Yes.
I want to say a missile and a power bomb. As you're having a little trouble getting through those blocks. Very nasty way to put them all together. Gonna do a little bit of extra farming. And another missile pack.
Yep, and here...
And one more. Is this the power bomb pack?
Yes, I believe so. So yeah,
There it is.
That's why they farmed up some supers there.
Yeah, there are a few places where they're just super blocks on top of super blocks that you just gotta shoot through. And another. I mean, some of these missiles just are insane. And just in terms of finding them.
Yeah. So our runners aren't going to be doing the normal entrance into Ridley's lair because that's silly.
Why do the normal thing?
Well, you might find out here really shortly. So there's a specific pattern they're shooting their beam at to get rid of those shot blocks in the way. And then they have to do the speedball in.
Yeah. That is a very... To do that fast is not easy. They're going to make it look easy. Osse already made it look easy. See, there we go.
Yeah.
As you're going to have to try again to get another reserve tank.
It's too bad you do something cool and get paid off with that.
And now we're going to head into Ridley's lair, or essentially Lower Norfair. We're going to get the Lower Norfair music.
I thought this was Magmore.
I'd say it's Lower Norfair. Well, shoot. I mean, if you're going to go that route, we could say it's the Samus Returns heated room music.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, a nice long shine sparks here to get you that room fast.
We're gonna be seeing a lot of shine sparks, a lot of difficult shine sparks. They're gonna make them look pretty easy for the most part.
Yeah.
This E-Tank in particular, you need to do the shine spark to get.
Yes.
Because this gate's gonna close. I think you can do it much later with like plasma beam or something. But who wants to come back much later? But there's a gate that closes down. Oh, is that not? Oh, sorry, that's not the one with the gate that closes. That's gonna come up later. But those are speed blocks to get that super missile, so definitely don't want to have to come back for that later.
Yeah.
There we go. Gets the E-tank. And we'll keep right on going for the super missile. Another thing this hack has a lot of is save rooms with secret walls that you can blow up or shoot up or whatever.
Yeah, no one really suspects save rooms for some reason. So I really like the fact that this hack does that. And so again, here we see Osse trying to get another Shine Spark set up here.
Yeah, and you can see this is where he's going to do a short charge instead of chaining a bunch of Shine Sparks from a longer spot. As you can see the slopes in the previous areas.
Yeah, we saw as you're doing this earlier, the short charging can leave you. So now we've got both runners. Oh, nice. That was a quick Shine Spark there for azder. All that for a missile.
Yep. Well, we're 101. We're getting 101% of the items, or
there we go, Osse.
I believe this was 145 items.
That's correct.
And another hidden pathway through a save room.
They were really saving those for this hack.
They sure were.
Oh.
Fortunately, the enemy there getting in the way, the Holtz.
Yep.
Getting in the way of as you're getting that super missile.
I was like, Holtz up, dude. You're going too fast. Yes, it may have looked like they walked on air, but there's actually solid tiles there. And you know, Tracy, have you noticed those weird blocks hanging around?
Yeah, they've got this weird screw tack symbol on them. What do we? What's going on there?
Oh, hey, there's your gate. That's the one you were talking about.
So let me talk about this room for a second, because this room shows up both in the original game, in Zero Mission, and in Super Metroid. Although for whatever reason in Super Metroid they put it in Brinstar instead of in Norfair. But it has those blocks that are crumble blocks that you fall down. But they put the gate in there, and that gate, you're not getting past that gate without a speed booster or a much later plasma beam.
Say hi to Donald Duck, by the way.
Hi, Donald. Okay, so let's talk about those weird screw attack looking blocks.
Yeah, so if you've played Zero Mission, first of all, my condolences. You should be playing the original. Second,
I'm one of the few people that agrees with you on that one, so you're not going to get a dissenting voice here.
So, second, in Zero Mission, they did 3 items and made them sort of unknown items, incompatible with Samus's suit until she passed the Chozo trial or whatever. So those blocks are how Super Zero Mission is taking that sort of aspect of Zero Mission and applying it to Super. Also, I do want to mention that was a really tricky shot with that Super.
Yep. Now, you those of you that have played a lot of Zero Mission might say, but we got screw attack early in in Norfair in Zero Mission. Well, they replaced the gravity blocks that would be in Zero Mission with Screw Attack.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool because the Screw Attack symbol is so much cooler. Some more shine sparks there from Osse. We'll see those from azder in just a second. At least we're getting E-Tank this time.
Yeah, health, thankfully, shouldn't be too much of a concern.
No.
From this point on. But yeah. And this little puzzle. In Super Metroid, there's a tile type that is only breakable by enemies. So Osse's riding that platform down to push it into those blocks and break them so he can pass through.
This particular tile is only used in one location, so far as I know.
The best room in
You can't even say that with straight face.
The greatest 7-piece enemy in the game.
And yeah, if you're not guessing, it is the blocks that Shack Tool clears out for you so you can get your spring ball. And did we mention there are crumble blocks everywhere? Or some of them are just fine because they get you to this missile, for instance.
So yeah, they've done Ridley's Lair here completely out of sorts. This is very different.
There are a lot of these items you can get the first time through, but you're not supposed to have power bombs the first time through, so most of these items you can't get the first time through. This one right here is really tricky that Osse's going for. Gets it just fine first try. Oh, and what they're not going to do the first time through Ridley's Lair, they're not going to kill Ridley. We're going to see Ridley much later.
We don't care for that right now.
No. Ridley can wait on us.
Good job, Osse, getting that first try.
It's another difficult one.
Oh. did a little goop there. As you're getting caught by the tile there.
There it goes. Gets that missile quickly too. And there's that unknown item, which will also be known as Screw Attack.
But grabbing that changes the properties of those tiles. So if they were solid before, now they're air. And if they were air before, now they're solid. Interesting little mechanic there. Nice getting that.
Yeah, as we said earlier, lots of power bombs behind power bombs. In a regular playthrough, you're probably not getting power bombs till a lot later. Even in the intended sequence break, power bombs are a completely different location. We'll get to those when we get there. Okay, Osse finished with the lower Norfair area, or the Ridley's Lair area.
Look,
It's
gotta stay true to Zero Mission. And
yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm staying true to the original because in the original that was Ridley's lair. So
I approve that. Oh, that wave shot not quite getting there. But nice, another E-Tank. And there we see Super Metroid's rather well-developed hit collision with Speed Booster. Super Metroid may allow you to shine spark horizontally, but you can actually move too fast if the slopes aren't set up correctly. And Osse kind of bonked off a solid tile because he moved too fast through the slopes. So runners are going to be taking a hidden passage.
yeah, everything's super connected in this hack. We're gonna head back over to Kraid's lair. You'll notice we didn't kill Kraid the first time. We're not going to kill Kraid the second time.
That's just silly.
But now there's a bit of a Kraid's lair cleanup coming.
And we've got animals.
Yeah, well, they're in every hack somewhere.
Not in mine.
Okay, almost every.
Osse's and Spring Bolt make sure it's not falling through the crumbles there.
Did we mention there were a lot of crumbles?
No, I think I may have heard that.
So another E-Tank. We're really close to Spore Spawn here. We're not going to fight him either right now. That's where you would normally get your first super pack.
Here.
Another room. That room is very tricky that Osse just went through. Made it look easy.
Yeah, both these runners have definitely put quite a bit of time into this. So Tracy.
Yes.
I remember at one point you played this.
I did play this.
This great door here, I seem to remember some not quite finding it.
Yeah. I think I had some issues there. Well, I miss a lot of things when I play through hacks.
So, say PSA to people who do play or are looking into playing some. Gray doors, you don't ever trust them. They can be real, but you should never count on that.
So,
yeah.
oh, there's unknown item number 2.
I figured you would mention this one.
Well, it does represent an item near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, we don't get to actually get it right now. The space jump, as it were. And if you're thinking that sounds like Turian music, you'd be correct. We're going to take a quick dip into Turian, grab a third unknown item, this time the plasma beam.
I don't know what you mean by Turian. I hear terrain. Yeah, but that's all they're doing. They just grab a couple things.
Quick dip. They're just gonna grab that unknown item, that whatever that may be.
It was a suitable little excursion.
And I'm gonna take this moment to also point out the right now Osse is the world record holder of this hack at 150.36. Azder second with a 153.32, and Zost in there with a 155.18. And they're the three that really put the time into doing this 101% route. I also going to mention that there is also a hard mode version of this. So if you think
if you really want something that's else, there is that option.
Yeah, I do believe that sequence break to the early supers is actually intended in hard mode, or among other things.
Yes, there are things about that. Oh, you know what? One of my favorite features is coming up.
And what feature would that be?
That would be the amazing, definitely intended console-specific lag feature. So, as it turns out, you put enemies maybe a few too many than what the processor can handle, and the game decides it needs to go slower to compensate. And it's wonderful.
Yeah, a few too many mini crates in this area.
It's a speedrunner's dream. It gives you so much time to put your inputs in.
All right. Let's shine spark up here.
Again, another of those developer intended little speed sparts. Speed sparts. I am word good.
Yeah, Speed Booster playing a very big role in really, I mean, plays a really big role in Zero Mission as well. So. And we go through, I believe this is Brinstar loop number 3.
Yep. It's okay. We'll be back here again. Don't worry.
Azder's turn to deal with the mini crate lag. All right. And now, at long last, the charge beam.
Yeah, you're supposed to get this about 45-ish minutes ago.
So, yeah, pretty much. And the game teaches you what you're supposed to do with it by not letting you out until you've shot that robot with the that dead robot, I guess, with the charge beam. Those things show, as we've seen, those little robots show up all over the place.
Yep. So, yeah, very handy when people think of adding a new mechanic and then actually teaching it to the player. That's always nice. Don't always get that.
Something very well done in the original Super Metroid, where the game always had the little, you had to get out using the items you get. And this room right here, you'd think that it'd be easier to get now. No, what you have to do with those bombs is exactly what you have to do early, what you have to do late. Those are, again, one-way tiles, so you can't fall through them and just spring ball up. You gotta still use the bombs. Just they route better in the third loop of Brinstar. Osse avoiding the map.
We're not done with lava dives.
Nope. Well, the funny thing is, like the lava, I guess, that's in the regular Zero mission, I believe once you have various suit, it doesn't hurt you. But here, nope, still gonna hurt you.
So, and that power bomb Osse just got was actually a really annoying power bomb. It's basically randomish whether you even pick that up, thanks to the crumbles. It's kind of dependent on your subpixel, so there's no real way to tell if you set it up correctly. Alright, so Osse's back up on Chizodia here. If you remember Zero Mission at all, there was a space pirate ship in there.
Yep.
And that's kind of what he's wanting to break into right now.
Yeah, I heard someone mention and wondering if the Zero Suit portion of the game was in this. It is and it isn't. If you play this thing casually, you will get to what is the equivalent of the Zero Suit portion of the game.
Yeah.
It's at a very different point of the game. It actually happens after you kill Ridley. It's not after Mother Brain like it is in Zero Mission.
Yes.
It's also a little bit different in that instead of having the Zero Suit, they just make the space pirates in the area basically unkillable.
Yeah, Ooh, it has her getting the power bomb first try too.
Now, the intended power bombs you're supposed to get if you're going to sequence break are actually in that area. If you can manage to get through it without being seen.
Yes, there are actual tripwires.
There are actually tripwires and things that'll activate. And if you can get through without getting seen, there's a power bomb pack that you can get. And if you don't get through without getting seen, which is most of us, let's be fair.
Power bombs.
You'll see the power bombs, but then when you get there, you can't get them. So.
Yep.
And that's reminiscent of the power bombs that when you're doing the Zero Suit portion of Zero Mission, you see the space pirates carrying away a power bomb pack. But we're kind of skipping a large portion of that. We're going to go straight to this water area. Kind of, we're going to hear the Meridian music, the obligatory ROM hack suitless portion of the game.
Why would you say obligatory?
Because every single one has it. Which is fine, because I enjoy a little bit of suitless underwater action. It's nice and calming. You'll notice Osse's taking all his beams off. So this next enemy, which I believe is another one of those enemies that just never got into the original game.
Yes.
See that shot that got fired back? Well, that gets fired back based on the shot you put into it. So, gonna be a lot more painful if it hits him if he's got his full beam on instead of just the charge.
Those, especially if you're a scrub like me when you played this.
I'm still a scrub.
You can get yourself murdered by the
very quickly.
No idea how they work.
Yeah, those are called bangs. For those of you that might want to know.
Also getting some X factors. I'm trying to call it an XBA. I'm like, that's not right.
Nope. The term is X factor. Special beam attack with wave and charge.
So this is the Charlie replacement. I've never seen this thing before.
Yeah,
so
the colored boss, the colors they have for Botwoon here are pretty fun.
The fight itself is actually pretty dangerous. Botwoon,
very dangerous.
Or Charlie Twoon hits like a tank.
Yep.
So yeah, and a warning to anyone who doesn't know: the hitbox of Botwoon is not dead till his body explodes. So if you defeat him over top of you can still die from his falling body.
And that's true in not just this hack. That's just true in general. Because it's happened to me.
Yep. And if you get all your unknown items, you can come down here.
Pick up the gravity suit. And oh my god, it's not just a gravity suit.
You also get things.
Also, shout outs to the really pretty purple of this gravity suit. Yeah, you're not supposed to have this till much later in the game. At least in terms of item collection and what we've... and boss kills, because we've killed, one boss? Bomb Chorizo?
Look.
Typically... Oh, no, two! We killed Botwoon. We killed two.
Yeah, we have killed Botwoon.
Normally, you've done, by this point, you've done Kraid, you've done Ridley, you've done Spore Spawn.
You've done Crocomire.
Fantoon, Actually, you've even done Mother Brain at this point. Which we haven't done yet.
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert!
So yeah, they really want to keep this Shine Spark through here. Where Osse's at. For this right there. If he does not keep that chain going for this item, he has to go back and redo it. That's actually a big time waste if they don't get that first try. Oh.
Yeah, we get our next boss, Golden Chorizo. We're going to grab these power bombs up here first. And we can't quite cheese this like you would in regular Super Metroid. We can do a little bit of that, and then once
And then
that happens. Yep.
Yeah, that is absolutely great. I love it.
It's a little scary when it happens the first time. I'm not gonna lie.
It's amazing. Oh, so this is a fun little puzzle here.
Yep.
Using
this
another.
Oh, I had a terrible time doing this. Because you got to hit that, and you got to run fast enough, or shine spark, to get to hit that spot. That is the level 4 door. So we did level 1, and now we've done level 4. So a little out of order. A lot out of order.
So, yeah, that was using another one of the unused enemies from Super with the reflex, which allows you to bounce your shots. Fun fact, if you don't do a fix on those reflex and you bomb them, that will crash your game. Might be why they were never put in the game in the first place.
Okay, in the meantime, Azder's managed to get through Bot Wound. Look, he's about to go get that super missile.
Yeah, you saw him take an extra second there to make sure he did not accidentally shine spark into the wall.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Some nice space jumps here from Osse.
I love the combination of space jump and speed booster. I'm really sad that doesn't get used that much in the regular Super Metroid.
I don't think that gets used ever.
Yeah, there are a couple places you can use it, but mostly only in randomizers where you just happen to have the right items. And now we can just power, charge through the robots, and no need to bomb jump now. We've got space jump. We got everything.
And this is why they've put off the bosses for the most part already. They want to be
overpowered, basically.
Yeah, overpowered. To help speed those up. Also, again, on Osse's screen, another gray door that's not real. Pay attention to those.
Nice space jump through that room.
So again, runners gotta do some item cleanup. Still have boss cleanup for an item.
Lots of boss cleanup. And time to break into Turian again.
Yep.
As we go back through Brinstar again. Well, this time it's going to be just a little short bit.
Yep. Again, super blocks.
Yeah, super blocks are a thing. And normally when you come in here, you don't yet have even the unknown version of the plasma beam, let alone the actual working version of the plasma beam.
Yep. This is a far different experience than playing through And here's a wonderful power bomb and an
Yep.
X-ray.
Yep. So these items are only going to be available if you come in here with power bombs the first time. It turns out, actually, I think the power bomb maybe is available, but the X-ray is not.
Are you sure it's not the other way around?
The X-ray I know is gated at the end. Well, your first intended power bomb pack, if you don't grab the one in the so I guess zero suit section, for lack of a better term, you do get your first power bomb in Torian of all places. But the X-ray, to get the X-ray, you have to do another section of the. I mean, at that point, it won't be. The zero suit section, but you do have to not hit any security areas in order to break down 4 gates in order to get your X-ray scope. And I don't know anybody, except for people that want 100%, that would go through that kind of trouble to get an X-ray scope.
Nice 4 stand up there from Osse.
I just remember watching Zost play through this when he was just playing through the first time, and when he got his power bomb series, he said he was never so happy to find power bombs.
Yeah, your T is pretty good with power bombs throughout. And there are some fun items coming up soonish. But we've also got a fun little surprise coming up. I take it back, this wall is impossible. Wall is too strong. Wall says no. This wall has really been lurking out.
I was going to point out what Azure just did and Osse did previously is doing the speed keep stracks where you fall down to break the speed booster blocks. Another very tricky strat in this.
Oh, there he goes. There you go. So yeah, every now and then, that short charge just leaves you. So he's got to get this set up again. He's got to have the speed booster to get down through. There he goes. That's what he was trying to get done.
There it is. And now we get to see actual Metroids.
That's an ominous save.
Get some ninja pirates here. We're gonna cheese with a little bit of a plasma beam with the X-ray scope.
I think they would call that Swiss cheese. There's a lot of holes in that armor.
Yep. Zep skip not available here, so we just have to missile through. Also, notice you can fire those missiles a lot faster.
Also, this
Yeah, go ahead.
Mother Brain seems to have lost some IQ here. It's a bit smaller.
Yeah, we're just gonna see Mother Brain 1. And not the scary Mother Brain 1 that you see in like the original Metroid, where it's actually hard, as opposed to Mother Brain 1 in Super Metroid.
Someone has called the original Mother Brain hard.
It is for me. Alright, so now we're gonna escape.
Which
And we're gonna see there's some really cool features we're gonna see in just a second with the map here.
And for those of you who may have been looking, those were rooms taken off from Fusion as well. Also, make sure to grab that E-Tank. Missing that's some bad bueno.
So we're gonna get to some very familiar looking rooms in just a second. Some more ninja pirates that just go right by them. We don't need to kill them. And now we get to some, this is essentially the back of the gauntlet missiles here. And then we go through this door, and we are at Terminator.
Except this time they're not going to be back.
No. And normally you don't have your gravity suit for this part, so you're going to get caught by that lava. Actually, the acid. And yeah. As Jimmy looks like he's about to get to Mother Brain. And this room changes. Like this power bomb, completely gated before. Now we can get it.
Yep.
And I forget if we actually see this, but your ship's gone. So instead of doing the crashing of the ship that you do in Zero Mission, the ship just gets stolen after you while you're in Turian.
The pirates say, this is a handy piece of tech. That's why in Prime she installed a device that made them not be able to scan for it. Oh, but hey, we're back in terrain. Little high five on the way through the shaft.
Yep. Oh, and interesting part right here. And you'll notice Osse turned off his gravity suit and just gonna sit there in the acid and take damage.
Nope. So this part is absolutely great. Coming through.
Yep.
You do all that, and then you find Mother Brain decided.
I will point out there is a save station that you can take before you come back down here.
Yes.
But the ghost of Mother Brain suspiciously looks a lot like Phantoon, although a much uglier Phantoon. Osse, on the other hand, is damaging himself down on purpose, and we'll explain why when we get to it. But
he's not just scared of Mother Brain.
No. But with full beam combination, Phantoon, for any version of Phantoon just doesn't take a lot of shots.
Yeah, all that damage, he's setting up for what most would call the TAS item. There's some silly mischief we've got to do for it. Does also mean you're in a little bit of danger from some of these things. You don't want to take too much damage and end up dying to the pirates.
But you also don't want to pick up those drops.
Yeah.
So this level 3 gate that he just opened, normally what you do is you hit it with a power bomb. One of the power bombs you will have just got, and now we get to do an X-ray climb.
Yep. This is absolutely required for this category. Because that missile there is not accessible without this.
And note that it's required for the 101% category. Certainly not, definitely not required to.
Yeah, you don't need to get this for.
No, yeah, just if you're gonna play casually, just skip this one.
Yep, he's gonna damage himself down beneath 50 health.
And those of you who know the game well know what that means. We haven't quite gotten there yet. We're gonna clip using X-ray here.
There we go. Now here we go with the crystal flash. This is why he was damaging himself down.
Yep.
Because
Now, to be fair, this is not the hard part. Like, this is not a hard crystal flash clip because it's not like some of the ones you see in like randomizers and stuff where you have to actually bomb yourself up into the right spot. Now, this is the hard part, in my opinion. Following that missile all the way around. And, and let's just add
just in
another
case you
silly
were missing
bomb.
this. You know. This is just wonderful. And gets across there.
Nicely done.
He's making sure to open that crumble block there. Just in case he falls somewhere he doesn't want to.
And we need to do another speed keep to break all these blocks after a speed ball. We're going to put our gravity suit back on.
Yep.
Which is nice because we get to see the pretty purple again.
And after all that, the protective sleeve or whatever is gone, you can pick up a missile. So
It's a lot of work for one missile.
So one of the biggest issues with hacks that people have is you do really complicated stuff. You search around everywhere and you get a missile. It's like the most unrewarding thing ever. And then you this hack makes you do all that for a missile.
Could be worse. It could have been a reserve tank.
It's just wonderful. Don't give people ideas. Like, you didn't take that out. Someone edit that out.
Well, I said it would be worse if it was that, you know.
So yeah, Azder's here trying to set up to get stuck on the door. There he goes.
Also, just want to point out that Fantoon was the first of the so-called G4 bosses. So, after Mother Brain, and we still haven't done Ridley, we still haven't done Kraid. Although, to be fair, in Zero Mission and the original, there really is only in the original there's only Ridley and Kraid. In Zero Mission, they have a few other mini bosses that they tacked on. So really, it's just Ridley and Kraid there too.
Yeah.
There's Azder with his crystal flash. He's already got his pretty purple gravity suit on, so. And now it's just a whole bunch more of item cleanup and a little bit of boss cleanup because we still have several that we need to go through. Oh, those little mini Metroids. Don't let it fool you. Those are not fun. Those are scary. When you come into here with the intended equipment, i.e., no plasma, no gravity suit, no screw attack. Because when you come through here the first time in a casual playthrough, you're going to be at Varia suit. You're going to be no plasma, so you won't have picked up the unknown items. Basically, I think everything else is available except like X-ray scope. But
Azder
X-ray scope
broke out just a little too soon there. You have to go back and reset this. This is why you break that crumble block, so you don't have to do that bomb jump anymore.
Yep.
But yeah, we've already collected the items back there. We are mercifully out of that section.
Right now, going back through Kraid's lair, this time we're actually going to kill Kraid. Imagine that. And I believe those are the intended for supers. I'm trying to remember if that's the case.
I don't actually remember.
See, going for a moonfall here. Won't be seeing that on Azder's side.
Hey, that door looks like a thing. It's Kraid!
First, we're gonna grab the E-tank, though. And another one of those gray doors you talked about that,
Oh, he didn't just defeat Kraid. What? Well, he can't get the item now.
Here we go. That's the gray door I was thinking of. And we're gonna go ahead and so this version of Kraid is interesting because I mean it's not gonna be hard for these guys because they've got all the stuff. But unlike normal, there's not gonna be a platform for you to sit on. So what you normally have to do is freeze the little jet skis that he sends out. But we're not even gonna get that far here. This is just not. You're just gonna space jump and just stand there and
kind of removed his hand.
Yep. Yeah. So pretty quick fight.
I mean, at that point, it's just a mercy to get rid of Kraid. He can't ride his jet skis anymore. He took his hand away.
But yeah, normally you'd have to freeze the little jet skis and shoot from there. And
yeah, that is a very interesting fight.
Yeah, and this Kraid has more health than a regular Kraid, so you're not just gonna do a quick kill.
Oh, I think I know what's coming up. It's trash.
Yep, one more of those. One more boss in this area we do have to get.
Oh, yeah. They put a missile on the wall instead of on the pedestal like normal for some reason. I'm not really sure what they were going
I don't know.
Oh, hey, this is great. We don't have to bomb climb because we can freeze a guy.
Yeah, normally, like in Zero Mission where there's a little switch you have to take care of in order to make the things you grab on with the power grip move around. There's a switch you're supposed to turn on to let that thing move back and forth, so you can ride him across to get to Spore Spawn. And
yep. So they put an entirely custom boss in here and added acid.
And I take it back. These are the intended for super missiles.
I think realistically, there's like 3 or 4 that could be accepted as the intended.
Yeah,
for
probably. Still a deep boost there.
Oh, Azder took care of Kraid at least.
As he should.
Someone put a missile on top of the pedestal.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of one of the big complaints of the original Metroid was that the rooms look a lot alike, and so we see these 2 rooms that basically are the same except for where the missile is. To be fair, I'm not sure why that complaint is levied more on the original Metroid as opposed to other original NES games that did the exact same thing. Like even Super Mario Brothers has levels that just add a few enemies between like level 2 and 7, but hey, you know.
Look, when you can change out a Goomba for a beetle, that changes everything.
Okay, and back over to Brinstar.
Yep.
So I'm gonna call this 4.5. Because we were in there just for just a teeny little bit to get over to Turian. And you see, there's still more items to get. Oh yeah, and the intended first missiles. This is that's the first missile you're supposed to pick up if you play through this.
It's about time.
About at 123.
I cannot agree with chat here. No, you don't need a map. Maps are no.
Back in the day, we drew our own maps. or we relied on Nintendo Power, one or the other.
As kids, we learned on the power of Get Good. So, gotta clean up some Norfair. There's another boss in here. Well, I guess there's still Ridley as well. There's more than one boss in here.
We gotta take care of Crocomire.
Yeah.
Which, with this beam combination, won't take long.
Gonna use X-ray. Or stand up here. Hopefully, there you go.
So speed this up a little bit. And you might recognize these rooms from the original.
Yep. Very heavily influenced by them. And he did actually have to be careful there. There's only so much RAM in the SNES console, and each of those blocks takes up a spot, and you can fill that up and make it so you can't destroy any blocks anymore. So they actually got to be a little bit careful with where they shoot. Unlike Crocomire with plasma, because it doesn't matter.
One shot takes him out. Osse having some fun with Spring Ball there.
I can't believe Croc. He just destroyed spikes.
I do believe this super missile you actually have to kill Crocomire for, so whereas we could have gotten away in terms of getting all the items without killing, say, Kraid or Ridley, except for the caveat of there is the all bosses item. Crocomire we would have need to kill anyway.
Yep.
And remember this missile? Yeah, we're picking it up this time.
Yep.
And hey, look, Ma, lava doesn't hurt us anymore because we have gravity suit.
It's so nice after the whole first hour of this.
Yeah.
Hey, he's leaving Norfair.
Yeah, we're mostly done with Norfair. We'll get Ridley from a different direction.
Why wouldn't you just be nice and go the front way like you're supposed to?
Because we're speedrunners. We're speedy, not nice. Another spot where we're getting that gate is very, very tricky and very precise. I think you got second try there, so very good.
I love this missile. Samus is just staring up at it as you collect it.
Croc down for azder as well.
All right, so Osse is gonna want to get
Another short charge here.
Yep. Yeah, lots of short charges in this hack. If short charging is speed booster stuff is your thing, this run is.
Now, technically, if I'm not mistaken, none of the short charges, or at least none of the. Actually, I'm not sure even short charging is required if you can do the right shine sparks.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, the short charging is easier. Like even me, I can't stutter, but you know, there's a lot of places where short charging came in handy. Even without the stutter. Now this one that Osse's doing does require a stutter, so.
Yeah, this is again a really, really tight run for this short charge here. Oh. Yeah, you can see from when he got the speed echoes there, he basically had a frame to get to the down input. There we go. But that's also to break into the ship as well. Now something's going to happen here. I'm going to walk through a laser beam, get seen by an eye. That is actually going to set a room state for like the active alarm. That is what they want. Because that's gonna turn on some thingamajiggers, robot dudes, those guys.
As you're getting that gate first try, just gonna point that out.
I'll give him 1.5. He technically shot us 2 supers.
Okay.
he went for something. It didn't quite work, but.
And spaceship's really fun in this one. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, so something else about Super Metroid. Wonderful mechanic that some people may not always know about. Space Jump has different physics in water and out of water.
Yep.
Because Nintendo.
Because reasons? I don't know.
So it actually makes. It's really weird. It makes space jumping out of water. Because you get space jump underwater, you're like, oh, I could just jump whenever. And then you get out of water in the game. It's like,
nope.
Why is it not working?
Yeah, pretty much. But here it's going to feel mostly like it's underwater, which is really, really nice.
Yes, it does make it feel much nicer. A nice speed through there to break into the blocks. And azder actually caught up quite a bit of time from getting that short charge earlier. Also, hello, Super Blocks. Oh, this room. This was fun to figure out. So apparently, key hunters are kept in little cages.
Yeah, sure. Where else would you keep them?
Look. And nice cargo through there. Although...
Yeah, I know. We gotta get another one of those. So when are you gonna run 97%?
Right after you get redesigned. Run redesign.
Oh, I will finish that one, but I will never run it.
I didn't mention this, but the Powerbomb azder just picked up. You're actually supposed to use a plasma SBA to destroy the pirates to open the Great Door, but most runners use giant spark echoes to destroy a pirate you're not intended to see and destroy.
Oh yes.
Get around that. So
yeah, there's certain rooms. So there's certain rooms. There are a few of them in the vanilla game even, where there are more enemies that are killable than you actually need to kill to open the door. Beta power bombs being the prime example of that. So yeah, same kind of idea. Yeah, basically we're going to go through the ship area. So again, if you play this normally, we're getting close to, well, I guess we still have a few more of these Chizodia items, and then we'll go back into the ship. But part of Chizodia is part of the stealth sequence too. So there's the big long stealth sequence, reminiscent of the Zero Suit sequence after killing Mother Brain. In this game, it'll happen. Oh, we gotta point this one out.
Yes,
my favorite.
I love this missile here.
Yes, he's got it. He's got it.
Excellent job from Osse there.
Yep, and I believe it was Zos that calls that Flappy Bird. I'm not entirely sure why. It is kind of bird-like and a little flappy, you know.
I can see the similarity. Yeah, that's another one of those more Japan-specific challenge type rooms.
Yeah. If you're gonna play this casually, just don't bother with that one. You don't need it. But yeah, the stealth sequence that you do after the Ridley fight and then before the Mother Brain fight, similar to the after Mother Brain 1 and 0 mission, we're gonna go and basically be able to do most of that without much stealth. Although there is one exception, and we'll see that when they get back in there. Might see a safety save too right before it. And one thing I'll point out with the stealth section for anyone that chooses to play this, I think one of the things I really appreciated is I think they did a pretty good job of spacing save stations and refill stations to let you get through it. And of course, we have the tube we have to break open. As you're going to do his own Flappy Bird. So So we can get double first try here.
And got it.
All right. That's such a cool trick.
This power bomb. I love this.
I know you have to go through the crumble blocks, shoot out the super missile block, so you go out through the power blocks again. And by those. So one thing that happens once you get plasma beams, you can shoot through all the gray gates, but those orange gates, yeah, no, you can't shoot through those. So if they fall down, yeah, you're not getting past those.
Yep, it's going to reset the room there. He's trying to time his charge shot here. Destroy these robots. And get across so he can get this power bomb.
Yep. See, yeah, there's just some items that are just really tricky.
Yeah. But that's the kind of thing you get in hacks.
Yeah.
Can get in hacks, I should say. It depends on that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's be fair. And some have it, the good ones, the good hacks, in my opinion, will, if they do have those tricky items, they'll be the items that you don't need. The extra missiles, the extra power bombs, the reserve tank, so to speak.
But yeah,
the bad hacks make you do that stuff for major items that you need. Those aren't.
Yeah, it's if you really like Super Metroid as a game, you kind of want to do some different challenges. Hacks are actually a great way to put a lot of tech that's in Super Metroid to use in a lot of the runs. I mean, obviously in this you're seeing a lot of different speed booster stuff. X-ray climb is required, or crystal flash clip is required. But it's a really good way if you really like Super Metroid and are interested in putting some more advanced skills to use running some hacks. Alright, so here Osse's skipping some lasers.
Yeah, I don't know that we saw the safety save. We're getting close to that security missile. So there is a missile that, if you end up hitting these lasers, a bunch of gates will come down. Oh, that would be right there. That would be the safety save spot. So if he hits one of these lasers, he'll still be able to get the missile, but he has to reset the entire area.
Yeah.
Huge time loss.
So yeah, this is a little bit scary here.
Asked earlier if they were going to do a safety save for this one. It's not even the C tank yet. It's after this. And Azder just said he's just gonna take the save. See, apparently living a little more dangerously.
And he's avoiding that floor, the crumble floor right there, because there's actually a laser behind there.
Yep. believe that was the second gate he just hit. Second in our case, last gate. Or the level 2 gates.
Hey,
and there's the missile. Yeah, there's one of those orange gates will drop down here if you hit one of those lasers before getting it. And Osse doing a good job of not hitting any of those lasers. Now we don't care. We just lasers. Just go ahead. Hi, we're here. We're just gonna kill y'all.
And that is the last E-Tank. Not last item. This was the last E-Tank.
Yeah, still quite a few items actually.
Yeah, there's still quite a few to get, but there's still a Ridley dude.
Yeah, one more boss. Actually, 2 more bosses. First the Ridley dude. and Ridley here actually has less HP than normal.
Yeah.
Because you're not intended to have plasma beam here, or this many supers.
Yeah, the intended spot when you fight him, you're much less armed.
So definitely a nice job of the developers of adjusting the health of the bosses to fit where you're supposed to be in the game, I think.
Yeah. Yep, there's a safety save.
Yeah, as you're taking the safety save. I don't blame him. I would take it too. Hey, there's our ship.
The pirates seem to have it locked away.
Yeah, well, we still need more items, so. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? You know, when Samus comes to save a planet, it's all about getting the items, not about actually saving anyone or anything.
You know, it's definitely not about saving the animals, I can tell you that.
Well, except here, well, we'll talk about the animals in a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And oh, by the way, those red pirates, when you go through here the intended way, yeah, they're you can't kill them. I mean, I guess you kind of can with a little bit of pseudo screw action, but you'll die after the you'll kill one maybe, and then yeah, you're not gonna get much further after that.
So we get some great.
So so we get the stealth action. I remember when I came back to this section at the end, my stream title had included the taking revenge on some red pirates. Okay, another place where we don't want to hit these beams. This is not quite as bad if you screw it up because you just have to reset the room, I believe. But if you hit these lasers, you're not going to be able to get these power bombs, and that gate will drop down. Because at this point, we need more power bombs.
Yes.
Again, now we don't care if we hit the lasers, so. And we have 1 gate for each level that we go through, and oh, hey, look, a boss door.
So,
So who have we not faced yet?
Huh. Pretty sure it's Iron Ted.
I love the space pirates in their little.
Ooh, they got the clip there. Good job.
But yeah, if you haven't figured it out, this is going to be Dragon representing Mecha Ridley. And oh, by the way, your charge ice wave plasma spacer beam won't damage him or her at all, or it.
This monstrosity of a sprite is. Also,
in keeping with the original Zero mission, if you have all the items up to this point, which I believe is all but 2, there will be this Dragon Mecha Ridley whatever thing has more HP than any other time. So you can kind of tell that you picked up all the items just by how difficult the kill is. So there's the "Did you kill all the bosses?" missile. Yep. But it's not the last item.
No, it's not the last.
Still 1 more.
Oh, we got a 5-minute timer. Hey. What did you say Osse's record was?
Do I still have it up? I think I do. 150.36. Maybe.
I don't think he'll beat that, but
He's gonna be awfully close. That may have been why he didn't take that safety save.
Maybe. So about those animals.
Yeah. I see a lot of people are. Is he gonna save the animals? Well, is he gonna kill them? We'll let you watch and see. Also going to point out these laser beams. So the red lasers are like the weak spikes. You can kind of go through them. The green lasers are strong spikes. You can't go through them.
Yeah, so...
And do more damage. Do a lot more damage.
You could put whatever tile property on whatever tile you want to.
Yeah.
Anything can be a spike if you believe. Oh no.
It's the animals. We just saved them.
No. Okay, so Samus' ship is not a tile. Samus' ship is actually two different enemies. Neither of which actually interact with Samus at all.
Okay, so now this is why we saved the animals.
Yep. One more item.
The last item. Only gettable. Meanwhile, azder just getting into the Dragon / Mecha Ridley fight.
Oh man, this was very close for...
Very close.
Because yeah, this is the last room.
So, very nice run from Osse. Actually,
Yeah.
Very nice run with both runners. But to be this close to a PB in a marathon setting, that's amazing.
Yeah, about 14 seconds away from your PB. That's pretty great. GG's to Osse.
Yeah, absolutely. GG's Osse. And azder not that far behind. This is going to be... Though he's going to be close to a PB too. This is his PB 153.32. So we'll see if he can... Yeah, and those space pirates that azder just got with the speed echoes, you do actually have to kill those. The rest, you can just go right through. There's another one of those orange gates that we can't get through, so...
It's because they have their vitamin C.
Yeah. And I also point out that the escape, there are actually multiple routes to get through the escape, so...
Yes, you don't actually have to go save the animals.
No, you don't. In fact, I didn't even find the animals when I did this.
Yeah, they're actually pretty well hidden, so... this. Look at this decor. Why are you saving this thing? It's literally holding you up here.
Well, see, it was always my theory that when I played Fusion, it worked just fine, and I didn't know you could even save the animals until I started watching Super Metroid speedruns on GDQ. So, like, what? You can use this? Oh, hey, that's cool. I didn't know that. So they get off the ship on their own if Samus doesn't come save them.
I mean, they got on the planet and opened doors.
Yeah, exactly.
They left a turtle and Shaxel behind though, so really. So also, GG's to azder as well.
GG's to azder. Also, just, you know,
is that within 20 or 30 seconds of his PB?
So. His PB 153.32. So yeah, both are really nice runs by our runners here.
Yeah, some really good runs there. So.
Okay, it looks like we're going to do an actual post-race interview. So we're going to get these guys in here.
Going to get a conundrum of Canadians in here. I just saw something and now I'm super disappointed. If Osse had just split 0.06 seconds earlier. I can't.
Yeah, 150, 50, 50 would be pretty darn cool.
This is bugging me. Please fix Osse. But now, while we're waiting for them to join in here, I want to mention, again, if you really like Super Metroid, there's a lot of hacks out there. There's not runs of all of them, there's not routes for all of them, but there is quite a few that do have this, so if you're interested, you're always welcome to go look them up on speedrun.com or something of that sort and get some ideas. And it looks like runners might be joining us here shortly.
Sounds like somebody joining us right now.
That is an azder.
It's an azder, and Osse also joining us.
So greetings and GG to both of you.
Yeah, both of you within less than like 20 seconds of PB, so pretty darn cool. Also, I'm going to put in a link to the...
I wish my internet didn't go down like 500 times.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate.
And then on my side, I had the constant buzz in the background. A little bit of squiggle.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I noticed the buzz. I don't know if it came through or not. I didn't hear it, but we get a different feed than chat does.
So yeah, how do you feel about going through that, being so close to your best to date?
Well, I felt I had a great run all throughout. Just got tripped up by the short charges.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, you're here. We got you.
I'm not so sure. Okay, so it was really frustrating that my net decided to go down like 500 times during that, but it was fine the rest of the day.
Yeah, of course.
And it really stressed me out, and there were a lot of things that I like messed up and kind of in a moment forgot exactly what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was tough to play like that during a run where there's a lot of like little things where the run can end, mostly in the beginning and the very end.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some just things that you absolutely have go right. But most of those things were fine.
So Osse, no safety save before security missiles. Were you originally planning on taking that save, or did you change your mind because did you feel like you were maybe on that pace to get a PB?
I think by that point you're past the dangerous parts of the lasers.
I mess up.
The only one that's missing, or the only dangerous one left, is jumping into the wall. Like, at the evening.
For, the level 2 lock. I've messed that up before.
Yeah, level 2 lock.
Even like when I didn't think I would, and it's actually really catastrophic if you trip the laser there, because if you hit the level 2 lock, then there's a level 2 laser in the way on the next trip. I don't remember if there was a better way around that, but
I remember making that trip. It's pretty tight getting back.
yeah, so the lasers at the end are scary though. Oh, and also the crash is a thing.
Yeah, ED in chat was worried for you. I don't know if you're watching chat. Either you're watching chat, but
I was very careful.
I find my new setup for the crash room, like, it's not 100%, but it's a lot more consistent.
Yep.
And that's just shooting the pirates as soon as I enter the room.
So I got the full space boost leaving Shizodia, and nobody saw it because my internet went down. I was kind of sad about that, as I don't get that very often.
Yeah, so Super Zero Mission is obviously hack as Super Metroid. So why
I'm glad this ended up like at least being erased as commentators, because if like at least everyone got to see everything. But what I thought was really cool was the way that people got to see the way we approach some of the rooms differently.
Yeah, there were a little bit of differences.
And that's something that you don't get to see too often for like a big hack like this. Usually they don't have that many runners.
We're working on our room strats and our routes like independently, and so there's some minor differences that come through.
Yeah. So why do you choose to run something like Super Zero Mission here?
I picked it up first. Saw Zost running it and it looked cool, and second, I wanted to run a ROM hack that had some convenient features like respin without being too different from the Super Metroid physics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the physics are pretty similar, just the respin and the chain shine sparks. Well, space jump.
So shine sparks and respin are a lot of fun, and then the timing just lined up that people were playing this ROM hack when I wanted to pick up something new.
Yeah, I saw Zost working on it, and I really like it when people pick up the big, like the bigger hacks, not the ones that are just half hacks of vanilla, but the ones that add like a lot of new content in the game. So, decided to work on it myself because it was on my bucket list eventually. I always wanted to do this, but there's always like other things to do, just lots of random tournaments and stuff.
Well, and you speedrun a lot of hacks.
Yeah, so when Zost made the route, that was a lot of the work done already, and still learning it. Because like we both independently decided to learn it, not knowing the other person was going to.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, you both entered this into the marathon and then decided to separately, and then decided to put it together.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on working on anything else, but yeah, it just worked out that way.
Yeah, like we'd both already kind of dropped it coming into this, then had to pick it up again.
Yeah, there, things like randomizer leave or link to the past, little things like that getting in the way. So
exactly.
Yep. So redesign next year, right? It's got respin, Osse. I'm sure you'll love it.
Well, Azure's up for that.
What did you say? I cut it. I dropped for a minute.
Redesign.
What did you say about redesign?
Next year.
Yeah, if the timing works out. there's lots of stuff that I haven't done with that hack yet. I ran low percent for a really, really longathon once, and it was like 6 hours, because...
Well, yeah. It's the title.
But no, that was a
It has
really,
some
really
terrible
good race.
underwater bomb jumps in it to skip grapple.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's disgusting.
That just sounds awful.
But no, that was a really good race, and it's a really good job from both of you to be so close to your PBs. So you're really on top of it tonight. So that was fun.
Well, anything you guys want to add?
So for this run, I find the first 20 minutes to be the most stressful part of the run. Went better after that. But regarding the metronome, I think I've only used that on that one stream that got my TV in.
Yeah, I didn't know if you still used it or not, but I knew you used it the one time, so...
Yeah, I get really stressed over that section, like the bomb jump. So
Yeah, I was worried about it too. It's not like too bad, but the penalty for messing it up is really bad, and it's actually quite difficult to get back up there without getting hit by the sparks. The other thing is that that room is so big that it kind of lags, and that can make you input the bomb jumps too fast.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes, I mean, once you get past the power bombs, I feel like that's when things start getting to be fun, right? You know.
Yeah. That spike suit, with setting off that spike suit, like you can goop it, which is really bad. It takes a long time to get back to the spot to get it again. And when you spark, you also have to either like down grab the ledge after, or you have to respin onto it. And it's possible to miss that too.
Yeah, but I think I've seen it, you know, because I've watched you azder a lot when you were practicing this a few months ago, and I think I've seen you mess it up in most of the ways that can happen, and I'm sure Osse's hit them as well. And you
can also, like the crumble bridge that you're supposed to have spring ball for, you can also really easily use it when you try and respin for that. You can also mess up the crumble respin too many times and die to the spikes. But you know, after that, it becomes a pretty good run. Oh, you can die to early game lava dives too. That's the thing.
Yeah, but fortunately, you both got all that stuff first right, and not only did you all not die in the early game lava dives, you didn't even use your reserve tank.
I usually use it there. So
I know. Usually, I see runners use it. You know, they'll be literally right before there.
Like not intentionally, but I mean, I usually end up
you just don't quite.
Up, so.
Yeah, you just don't quite get there fast enough and use the reserve tank. But neither one of you used the reserve tank this time, so.
Yeah, I started farming. I started farming extra for the lava dive before that, being Devaria, and didn't end up needing that either.
Oh, Varia is really scary too, because like even after it, after you get out from the E-Tank lava dive, you'd still have to go through the Varia room, and if you miss that first grapple, you probably die because you're at low health.
Yeah, that's a scary room, and then of course having to get the speedball into the E-Tank. But yeah, early game was great.
Oh my goodness, that was so stressful.
Worked out, so happy with the run.
Half that run was just like, why did I agree to do this?
So are either you going to put more time in this in the near future, or what are your future endeavors going to look like in terms of this and any other ROM hacks, or really any other runs that you might be doing?
You want to fix my PB. It's not sub 150, and so I got to work on that. So I'll probably look at soon.
Yeah, I think with those, if those short charges could come, I mean, I can't talk about those. I'm terrible at those. I can't stutter, but yeah.
Short charges. It was the end game.
Okay.
Flappy Bird.
Was it Flappy Bird?
Yeah, Flappy Bird missed it once or twice, and then the before Dragon room. Missed that a few times too.
Yeah.
That's another
Yeah.
one.
So your PB is like super good, but it's got like 2 concrete minute time losses. So that kind of hurts. I just haven't had time to run it to the point where I'd like to lately, and I think in the near future I'm not going to have time because I still have a bunch of festive speedruns to catch up on. And I'm not sure what I'm doing in January, but I might be trying to learn some Metroid Prime 2 echoes for multi-worlds and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and league stuff, playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully you're still in the playoffs in January.
We're guaranteed to be until then, at least.
Mhm.
So, yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Aussie, for racing. This was fun to show off, and thanks, guys, for doing commentaries so that we didn't
Oh, of
have
course.
to talk while playing, because that's hard.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, agreed. And, thanks to you two for a race. Thanks, Comms. Thanks, SpeedGaming and SNES Super Stars.
Yep. And coming up next is a Final Fantasy VI any percent glitchless run. So
Yeah, stay tuned.